Godden and Charles Davis with this opening week matchup.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Welcome in, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and partner, training camp over, preseason over. It's time for week one.
And how much fun is that? No longer do we have to talk about who's going to make the team. The rosters are set. These guys now get to go out and play for real. No more of these preseason games. Now they're playing, and the records count.
Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. A big hit. Knocked down sideways, right at the 20. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Russell Wilson leading them out there, 6-year quarterback who finished his college ball, of course, as a Wisconsin Badger.
One of the more cerebral quarterbacks in the NFL. Analyzes situations, watches a ton of tape, adapts his game to whatever is presented in front of him. And despite the fact he's been in the league for 6 years, the future still bright for Russell Wilson.
Here's Thomas Rawls with his first carry. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. So Rawls appears to be shaken up. He remains down. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. Off the fake to Lacey, here's Wilson. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. 23 yards on the play. Unfortunately, Packers fans, they saw a lot of completions like that last year when they were number 31 in the league in passing defense. Now, I know injuries had something to do with that, but that's a ship they're looking to right.
They have to, because what they do so well on offense, in some ways they're wasting by allowing what they're allowing on defense. So now you change things up. Do you play a little more zone where in the past you might have played man-to-man? Do you back off of some of the schemes that you played before and emphasize something new? Bottom line, though, they've got to cover tighter and knock away a few of those passes downfield.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Shift together here from the D-line. They run it again with Lacey. So from the 40 to the 45, 5-yard run. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Here's Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football. Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. Now a first down carry. It's Lacey. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner. Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man? He is not just a big man, a huge man. Big boy. Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground? I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right? Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short.
Wilson. And left side here, it's Graham. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. A Seahawk first down. Wilson to his big target, Graham. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. On second down, Lacey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down.
But they took the shot, didn't get it, and there's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely set up for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding him to 3, psychologically, maybe a win for the defense. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, let's get the numbers out of the way quickly with him. Over 4,400 yards passing in 2016. His 6th year of more than 4,000 yards. That broke the Packer record of 5 years set by one Brett Favre. But the best part is his improv. On any given play, Aaron Rodgers can create something out of nothing. He is phenomenal.
Throwing is Rodgers. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
319! 319! 319! 319!
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, second quarter. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Rodgers again now. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Officially a full-time running back this season. It's Ty Montgomery. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Rodgers. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once.
Doug Baldwin, and all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 56 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Set to return, this is Jeff Janis. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Packers making their way out, and again for them, feels like they're the team to beat in the NFC North. They've won that division 5 of the last 6 years, and Aaron Rodgers just feel like he has at least another Super Bowl left in the tank maybe, right?
I would say so, and I think there's probably some frustration that he hasn't gotten back to the Super Bowl after winning that one against Pittsburgh, because one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL, prime of his career, you don't want to waste that opportunity. And they came close last year going to the NFC Championship game. They want to take the next step. They have it all there in front of them. They know that they tend to rule that division. Now can they make that one last big jump in the NFC and get back to a Super Bowl?
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Seahawks heading out, and for them, 5 straight years of double-digit victories and a playoff berth. They've had their run of the NFC West and probably likely the favorites this season as well.
I would agree with that. The counter-culture Seahawks, because the way they evaluate is for their system, for their franchise, for their culture. Much more so than whether a guy fits everything that you're looking for to check off a box. Quarterback, he's supposed to be too short. He's one of the best in the game. When they went in free agency this year and got Eddie Lacy, everyone else wanted Eddie Lacy to lose weight. They said, we still want him big because we want him to break some tackles. Flip it over to defense, they get after you. Simple schemes, but they tune it up and play it at a high level. They expect to get back to a Super Bowl.
It's a big hook up there. Wilson to Baldwin. 55 yards.
Similar to a slant, it's all about timing when you're throwing a crossing route. Quarterback and receiver have to be in sync, and when they put it on them just right and catch it full speed, running through a defense, can often result in a big pickup of yardage.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
The Seahawks on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Devon House. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Reminder that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing in week 1. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. Adrian Peterson, his first game with the Saints. He's already back in Minnesota to play the Vikings. And then a 10-20 start on the East Coast. It's the first game for the L.A. Chargers.
See West matchup.
A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Lambeau following these words. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. And over the middle to the tight end, Bennett. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 6 there on first. Rodgers in control as he hurries his guys to the line. Rodgers to throw on second down. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Rodgers now on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Rodgers now to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Cliff Averill in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt to...
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. And before they get, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. throw on first down with Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
At some point, the doubters have to just kind of back off with Doug Baldwin, don't they? I mean, we're talking about back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, had over 90 catches in 2016. He's going to play with a chip on his shoulder, but he's going to be productive.
2016 also end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Walsh now for the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. The drive summary that time.